How's everybody doing this morning? Good. Yeah? Yes. We woke up sound minds, hopefully healthy bodies. This is a day, every day is a gift from God. We say this is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. And it's always very fruitful to give thanks and to show gratitude for all the good things that we are blessed with. There's a great need. I said there's a great need. And I want to take just a verse here from the Holy Scriptures where God directly speaks to man. And there are times when God spoke through human messengers, and they would say things like, "Thus saith the Lord." And this is the great man Moses. And he is speaking to the nation, his nation. And he says, "Now in light of all, what does the Lord your God ask of you? Only this." When you hear only, you know it's a pinpoint. It's top priority. And the only is to revere the Lord your God by walking in all his ways, by loving him, by serving the Lord your God with all your heart and being, and by keeping the Lord's commands and his regulations that I'm commanding you right now. It's for your own good. And with that as a context, we want to go right into what I was asked to share today. How are newcomers and refugees doing in Canada today? Because of time, I'll compress and not go into everything line by line. There are lots of challenges. Like I said, there's a great need. What challenges are newcomers facing? How can communities respond? And what does true belonging look like? I'll jump right to the solution. It starts with you and I. Right. It starts with you and I. We can say everything the government should be doing and could be doing, but it starts with you and I. Right. And this conversation matters because statistics tell us 120 or so million people worldwide have been forcibly displaced. And every single one of these people represents a story, a human story. I was reading my Bible this morning, and I never saw it in that context where we are told that when Jesus Christ was born, the king in power at that time felt threatened, and he decided, just to make sure he wiped out Jesus, every male baby that was born 2 years and under was killed throughout the nation. Could you imagine that? Just to target one baby who you think is going to be king. But I'm saying that to say that Jesus and his parents had to flee to Egypt to escape the king. So when they were in Egypt, they were refugees. By the numbers, we see that Canada has grown to over 41 million people, and 97.3% of population growth comes from international migration. Wow. I guess we are all immigrants. Whether you came here 10 years ago or your parents or grandparents came here 100 years ago, the world is constantly in a state of migration. Immigrants are about 23% of the population here in Canada. That's huge. That's a shift that continues to shift. Nearly 686,000 newcomers access settlement services. That's the Canadian stats, but the Alberta stats, we are now, when I came to Canada, we were barely 3 million. Now we have surpassed 5 million here in Alberta, and one of Canada's fastest growing provinces, projected 6.9 million by 2051. And 63% of future growth is expected from international migration. Come on, Alberta, let's do something. How Canada supports newcomers. There are frameworks in place: settlement services and language learning, employment assistance, healthcare access, refugee resettlement support, and community sponsorship. I'm not sure if, well, I know Festo didn't say it on this occasion, and I'm not sure, is it okay to say, Festo? That Festo is, I'm Festo's pastor, and when he came about a year ago, just about a year ago, yeah, was a godsend. His beautiful family, and we have embraced them and they have embraced us, and that's just one example. He was just recently elected to the church board of directors 2 weeks ago. Support and community sponsorship. But newcomers obviously face challenges. Housing affordability, employment and credential recognition barriers. A lot of my friends, I'm in a group chat with my high school buddies from way back when. I wouldn't tell you because you'll know my age. But a lot of them, I didn't even realize so many are living right here in Canada, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Ontario, and so on. And it's tough. When you come here, there's social isolation. And a lot of them were saying to me in the group chat that, you know, if I had gone to the US, it may have been easier to get into the system, so to speak. I don't know how true that is, not with the present regime. But sometimes people come here highly qualified and they just can't get their feet set into the system. Discrimination and racism, mental health and adaptation pressures affects pretty much every newcomer in some way, shape, or form. Reasonable accommodation and inclusion are needed. And these are some examples of translation and interpretation services, plain language communication, and several others there. I'm sure it's up on the screen, you can see them. But the end goal is to remove barriers so that everyone can participate fully. Yeah, we know it's cold, and that's a big reason for some of the isolation. But there are systems that we can put in place and be culturally sensitive, you know, and more flexible in the support of newcomers. These are some of the challenges that newcomers tell us that they face. Finding housing is one thing, it's difficult. And when they find it, could I afford it? Qualifications may not be recognized, as we were just saying. Building friendships take time. And when you're 6 months indoors, it takes more time. Many want opportunities to contribute and belong, but they feel so isolated, and those opportunities are few and far between. Solutions for governments and organizations is increased affordable housing, expanding language programs, support mental health services, and so on, promote anti-racism initiatives, strengthen settlement funding. So what can we do as communities? Well, faith communities, employers, schools. I was talking with Festo and we were saying, even in the workplace, people go for interviews and as soon as they hear the person's accent, they're already saying this person doesn't fit the profile. They can't get this job. We need to give people opportunities. Right. I wish I had time, Festo. I'll do a presentation on the power of a refugee. Because one refugee can change a nation. Right. One. So employers, schools, organizations, and so on need to play a greater role in creating and belonging and opportunity. So today we are called to action. Right. Action. All of us. We can talk all we want, but we need to act. We need to see newcomers with dignity. Support them with compassion. There's no power like the power of love. Celebrate their contributions, however small and seemingly insignificant they may seem in the moment. We need to create communities where everyone belongs. Everyone belongs. And I want to close with a couple of more verses from the Holy Scriptures. This is Moses again, summing up before he dies. He knew he was going to die. God told him he was going to die. And he speaks to his people and he says, and I quote, "Clearly, the Lord God owns the sky, the highest heavens, the earth and everything in it. The Lord your God is the God of all gods, and the Lord of all lords, the great, mighty, and awesome God who doesn't play favorites and doesn't take bribes. He enacts justice for orphans and widows." And listen to this one. He loves immigrants, giving them food and clothing. That means you must also love immigrants because you were once immigrants yourselves. I thank you.